What is going on, guys and gals? In today's video, I'm going to prove to you that yes, you can eat bread while you're on a diet. The problem with bread and bagels specifically is that yes, you could make them fit into your diet, but it's hard to do when you're consuming that many carbohydrates, that many calories with that little protein. But don't you guys worry, because today I'm going to show you an easy 2-ingredient hack to make your own bread at home that's going to be 1/3 of the calories of regular bread. It's going to contain more protein, and dare I say, it's going to be even more delicious. After I started making this recipe, I've never looked back on eating regular bagels again, and I truly believe after you watch this, you won't either. And for all of my recipes in one easy to use place with all the hacks, tips, and tricks, the macros, step-by-step instructions, everything you need to follow the best diet in the world, don't forget you can grab a copy of my cookbook, which is available with the first link in the description box. We have over 250 recipes in here, and this thing grows every week because every time I add a new video to the channel with a new recipe, it gets added to the book for free. So you get it one time, it keeps growing along with the channel, so you always have something new to cook in that kitchen. Hit the link down below to check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you all ready to have a little fun, then I am too. Let's go.
You're only gonna see me where I'm paid to be. I'm only watching TV if I'm watching me. Got it out the mud, now my Jordan's clean. Diamonds on me dancing, let them drip on me. Bring a couple bottles, put it on my...
I'm telling you, with only 2 ingredients, even a lobotomy patient could make this recipe come to life. We're gonna start with ingredient number 1, which is self-rising flour. You can buy a bag of this at your grocery around $4, and in this whole thing, you'd have enough flour to make 75 bagels. In this economy, this is about the only deal you're gonna get. And the second ingredient we're gonna need is plain, fat-free Greek yogurt. We opt for plain Greek yogurt in this recipe because it really doesn't have a flavor. It's gonna have better macros than the flavored counterparts, and that's gonna create a more neutral, airy bagel. You could use flavored Greek yogurt like peach for this if you wanted, and if you're a psychopath, but I'll ultimately leave that choice up to you. Let's get started. So what we're gonna do is grab a food scale and a large mixing bowl, and we're gonna start by measuring out 170 grams of our fat-free Greek yogurt. And keep in mind, we want as much yogurt as possible in here for that measurement. Sometimes it separates, you might have some water in there. Make sure you stir it up if you want this to come out perfectly. And then once we got that in there, we're gonna measure out 120 grams of our self-rising flour. Like I said, food scale is a must for this if you want the consistencies to be perfect. And then once we got both of these in here, I'm gonna go in with a spoon and mix everything together until I don't see any powder anymore. And then once we got it all formed together, we're gonna start working it by hand. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. Then I'm gonna spread a little bit of flour on this surface. I'm gonna go in, spread it out a little bit. And now we're gonna transfer this here and start kneading it by hand. It's gonna be a little sticky. If it is, you can roll it around. Let some of this flour make contact with any of the sticky parts. And then we're just gonna slowly work it for about 5 minutes until we have the perfect dough ball. And if you followed me up to this point, you should have a perfectly non-sticky circular dough ball. And I will give you a couple tips. If you find that it's particularly sticky in a certain spot, feel free to sprinkle a little flour on it, work it a little bit by hand, that'll clear it right up. So now what we wanna do, shape it into a circle, we're gonna sit it down, and then we're gonna take a knife, and what we wanna do is cut this into 4 even-sized sections. So I'll do 1 cut right up the middle, and 1 cut right down the side, just like that. And now that we have 4 sections, I'll move a few off to the side. I'm gonna take this one, and then what I wanna do is by hand work it into a rope. We want this thing to be long and cylindrical like a carrot. And then once it looks like this, what we're gonna do is make a circle like so, and then we're gonna pinch these edges together to create our bagel shape. And then once you're finished, it should look just like this. You wanna make sure that you make your rope long enough, that way you have a big hole in the middle. If the hole's not big enough, as this cooks, the bread's going to expand and your hole's gonna be really dinky. So make sure you have a big hole and you'll be just fine. Now I'm just gonna take my next piece of dough and do the exact same thing again. I will be back momentarily when all of these are rolled up. All right, so we have our 4 bagel dough pieces formed and ready to go. The next step is to grab our air fryer basket. We're gonna hit it with non-stick cooking spray. Then I'm gonna take each of my bagels and sit it right down inside. We wanna make sure these aren't touching and they have enough room so that air can circulate. Cook them fully and make them nice and toasted. And these next 2 steps are optional, but I do recommend them if you want that perfect toasted bagel on top with all that flavor. What I have here is egg beaters down in a small bowl. You can also use a regular egg, but all I wanna do is use my little brush and brush the top of each one of these bagels. And now for the finishing touch, I'm gonna give you 2 options. The first one is definitely my favorite. We're gonna take some everything bagel seasoning, and I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle it on top of 2 of our bagels. And alternatively, if you're a pretty basic individual, maybe you still go to bed with a nightlight on, you can always use the classic sesame seed route. So I'll go ahead and take these toasted sesame seeds and sprinkle them on the other 2 bagels. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to see the fruits of our labor pay off. We're gonna sit this down in the air fryer. I'm gonna go ahead and close her up. And then what we wanna do is air fry these at 300 degrees for about 15 minutes. After experimenting with some different times, that seems to be the sweet spot, but you may need to add a couple more minutes if you want it to be a little more toasted. But for me and the Ninja Foodie Deluxe, 15 minutes is right on the money. You guys will be able to see magic happen momentarily. Let's go. And while we're waiting on these bagels to finish, and as a man of culture, I have to let you guys know about Anabar. Anabar is the protein bar that doesn't suck. Finally, a protein bar that tastes amazing, has 21 grams of protein, and I'm telling you, you eat this, it's gonna taste more like a candy bar than a protein bar. Seriously, and this milk chocolate, peanut butter, and jelly flavor, in my opinion, is the most underrated of all of them. Let's give her a go. 3, 2, 1. Seriously, folks, if you're looking for a convenient on-the-go snack that you can throw in your bag, have it anytime with 21 grams of protein and amazing flavor that honestly tastes more like a dessert than a protein bar, make sure you check out theanabar.com. Use my code RJF10 at checkout. You're going to save money, and I promise you are absolutely going to fall in love with these just like I have. And we'll also be coming soon to Canada and Trader Joe's as well, so be on the lookout for those announcements. Anyways, guys, these bagels are almost done. Let's go see the magic. And check it out, guys. Look at this finished product. We have toasted, fluffy bagels that we literally made with just 2 ingredients that are way healthier and lower in calories with even more protein than their traditional counterparts. And if the one thing you're worried about is flavor, then I'll be the first one to tell you, you can rest easy knowing that you literally can't taste the Greek yogurt in this, and it tastes authentically 100% like a bagel. If you don't believe me, you have to try it. But perhaps I can show you something. Let me grab a knife and cut one of these in half so you can see the consistency. Go ahead and take our knife, cut this right down the middle, and boom, look at that. It looks, feels, and tastes 100% like the bread you are used to eating. And while these are still warm, let's give them a taste test. Let's eat some bagels, but first, let me give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, Young LA, the apparel sponsor, the tank top I'm wearing with the unique floral patterns and the avian love, mixed with the weekender shorts, super comfy, pockets for days, perfect branding, totally comfortable, absolutely love all of their stuff. They got gym bags, jeans, tank tops, long sleeve shirts, dress up clothes, literally everything you want. Go to youngla.com, use my code RJF, you're gonna save money and you're gonna look this stylish. Seriously, if you check it out, you won't regret it, I guarantee it. Now, let me get in here and get a bagel. What I'm gonna do, since we cut that one open, let me grab this one right here. Still full and intact, the way God intended. But check it out. Got some toasting around the outside. You already saw the insides of these, light and fluffy. Got that seasoning on top, literally gonna be perfect. 3, 2, 1, let go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a bagel. Seriously, I know it sounds crazy with the addition of Greek yogurt, but if you made these, didn't tell anybody how you made them, and you just said, here's a bagel, they're gonna eat it and they're gonna go, wow, that was a really good bagel, without even knowing it's lower in calorie, higher in protein, and exponentially more diet friendly. You could eat 3 of these in place of a regular old bagel, maybe even 4 or 5 if you're eating one of the crazy ones from a bakery. And just look how fluffy and airy that center is. Seriously, that air fryer really does a trick with these, gets the outside nice and crispy, keeps the middle how you want it. This recipe for me is an easy 10 out of 10. Now, if you made this recipe exactly how I did, what you end up with for each bagel is only 120 calories with 0 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein, only 23 grams of carbs with 1 gram of fiber for one bagel. That's insane, and that is why I give this a 10 out of 10. Everything's on point, the flavor, the texture, when you add this seasoning, it gives it really enough flavor you don't even gotta put anything on it. And overall, it was stupid simple to make. And this bread recipe right here can be translated into anything. You want to use it as a pizza crust. You want to use this dough and make cinnamon rolls. Whatever you want to do, this dough will work. All while saving you calories and being way more diet friendly. And here we go, folks. Final bite, the cinnamon roll. You already know what I think about this recipe. Perfect little snack on the go in the morning. If you want to make a bagel, maybe use PB Fit powder, constitute it, spread it like peanut butter, get even more protein that way, or take some of the Anabutter that we have on theanabar.com, spread that on it, and it's going to be even more delicious. No matter which way you do it, you're going to love it. If you decide to make this, tag me on wherever you're social at, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, wherever, and let me know what you think. And as always, if you want to take your diet into your own hands, you want to make food that you're actually going to enjoy, that's lower calorie, perfect to fit right into your diet, so you're not sacrificing on flavor, don't forget you can always grab my cookbook, available at the first link in the description box. Seriously, folks, what I try to tell people is that if you just take the way you're eating now, the same exact foods you're eating, and you just make the recipes out of my cookbook or from my channel that are the better for you ones, you're gonna cut down calories and eat more protein by default. It's really that easy. That simple trick can make a world of difference, even if you aren't meticulous about tracking, logging, going to the gym 7 days a week, all of that. If you just simply change your diet, which I believe is 80% of your overall results, it can literally change your life. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, the best thing you can do for me is smash that thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. Is there anything you want to see me make? Is there anything you'd have me try different? Maybe you have a 1-ingredient method. Maybe that's just buying a bagel. Whatever you want to put down there, it helps the algorithm, helps the channel. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Meal plans and online coaching over at JamesFitness.com. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see each and every one of you at the next video. See you guys. Boom, 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 baby. We gone.